Hello everybody. In this video, we will be making this coffee mug um, in Blender using only quads, starting from a cube. This is for those who are looking to get into Blender and are wanting to start with some very easy projects without having to worry about texturing early on. I only recommend texturing late, very, like, it's good to learn early on, but it's not entirely necessary if all you're doing is making 3D models and 3D assets. I only recommend texturing if you're doing stuff that is big and complex. Uh, and if you're not, if only if it's required for what you're doing. If you're just looking to make a model that you're going to print out on a 3D printer, honestly, this could be 3D printed uh, fairly easily, which I might do. Yeah, this is going to be a very simple project, and it should not take you any longer than 20 to 25 minutes to do if you follow this guide. Anyways, thank you for watching and on to the video. All right. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Blender. So, most of you probably don't know this, but for the past couple of years, I've been working with Blender, off and on, um, as a sort of hobby, but I kind of want to make more of a career out of this. Um, so I'm going to show you how to take this cube and make something practical from it. We're going to take this cube and turn it into a coffee mug. We may use uh, some other things with this to do it, but we are going to be going from cube, which is square, which is, well, a cube, to your typical coffee mug. Now, we're not going to do texturing yet. That's probably going to be in a future video, but for right now, we're going to get the basic shape down because, oh boy, this is going to be a rough one. So you may be wondering, why didn't I start from a cylinder? Well, one simple answer for that: I don't want to. I want to do something very simple, using a shape that is very simple, using methods that I have refined for the longest time. We are going to be using, and I do have a crap ton of add-ons in Blender, but um, really all you're going to need is these two. You're going to really just need to be in this. Um, all you're going to need is this right here. That will turn this into a circle. We're going to need the subdivision, which you don't have to even use modifiers for this if you're really wanting to get deep into this. You're just going to need these. We're going to be working with faces. Subdivide that. Subdivide that again. We're going to do it on this side as well. Subdivide, subdivide. We are going to go into circle. Oh, that's loop tools. So we have to select a loop. Um, and do that. Now, I know that looks hideous right now, but we're gonna get rid of all the rest of this junk that's below it. Um, Remember, we're starting from a cube. And we are making a coffee mug. Low poly, high poly, doesn't matter. We're making a coffee mug. We're gonna mesh, delete faces. We're left with this, which we can make that into a circle now. We can now extrude all of this. And we are going to, you know what, we might not texture this video, but I'll probably make a follow-up video to this. This is a very simple low poly mug. Um, you know, we're gonna add some more vertices to this. That's there. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go back to loop. We're gonna, oh, nope, 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 nope. We want to select that. We don't really want to have it in a we don't want to be in a situation where we don't, currently it's not a perfect circle. There we go. We have that side a circle. Why didn't I just start this with using a cylinder? But okay. Grant, this is just going to show you there are many ways to change shapes if you're capable able to do that. In this case, we're going from a simple cube to is that circle? There we go. To that. Now we have perfect quads here, which is actually neat because if we do want to texture it, we're going to need perfect quads. Um, Now, what I'm going to do is to create the inside of the mug. I'm doing this to keep myself out of trouble, by the way, because yeah, I'm very, very bored and I want to get a job to fix that boredom. But in the meantime, I need to find some non-destructive way to do things. And so this is helping me not be destructive. Anyways, we have that selected. That's already extruded. We go to there. So we now have the start of a mug. It ain't perfect. It's not smooth. I know that. We can fix that later. But it's there. As you can see, we have perfect quads, which is great if you want to texture this, but we're not going to bother texturing this just yet because it ain't ready. Um, One moment. I have to turn on my desk lamp. All right, I'm back. It didn't take that long for me to fix whatever I was doing. All right, we're back. So we have this. Now, where do we go from here? Where do we add the handle? Well, that's where our friend cube number two is going to come into play here. Um, I'm debating selecting all that down in there and all the sides of this and shrinking it a little bit because we might not have enough room for for using the Boolean modifier. Um, and I don't think that's going to be too much of an issue. If it is, I'm gonna quickly. There we go. There we go. I just saved the blend file so we can have it for later. We're gonna go ahead attach that handle. For this, we won't need to see the cube. That can go away. We are going to do this a different method than what most people are probably used to doing. Taking another cube, shrinking it down, um, shrinking it down further, growing it a little. We're gonna adjust it to whatever size we need. Don't worry about it. This is very, very much preliminary. Um, we are going to be using some modifiers in this little tutorial, so don't be worried if you miss something, you can always go back in the video and look at it. Um, oh, oh shit. No, yes. So we have this. Let's go bring this back. Now, what we are going to do here, and very carefully I might add, is this is now very much looking like a coffee mug, but um, we have to go back and edit some proportions. So I'm gonna go ahead, select all that. We're gonna go to select more, and for that, if you're on a laptop, oh, hold on. If for those on a laptop, there's a setting called emulate numpad. I recommend having that on. But for those that have a full keyboard, you just want to use control and the plus sign that's right by the numpad to select all of this geometry. I did make it too wide for what we need, and we're going to shrink it down like that. Much better. Um, this is like this is like going to be a little instructable series on some very basic exercises on how to get used to Blender modeling. I'm more interested in modeling and animation than anything else. I will be making my own rigs for this little series, but for the meantime, we're gonna just be doing um, we should be good for that step now. We can go to nope, not solidify, subdivide modifier, and we're gonna bring it up to there. Now for this, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go back into edit mode. And as you can see, we have some things we have to do to fix this. You're going to want to make some loop cuts and move them very carefully. If I screw up on this, I'm going to be very upset because I've been doing this for a long time. Um, I've been working with blenders since high school, so yeah, I actually helped one of the teachers along in their instructions, and they weren't too happy about some of the stuff that I was able to teach them. But all in all, I am very knowledgeable when it comes to one thing, and that is Blender. For whatever reason, I just dropped myself right in. No prior experience with, well, actually, yes, prior experience with 3D modeling. I learned to in late or like 2016, 2017. I took a course on 3D printing with a foundation for youth who are at risk, because I was in fact at risk of going to a place where I don't really want to talk about. So yeah, as you can see, we now have this handle. I guess we can make it a little bit longer in the front. Actually, you know what we can do to fix the issue? Loop cut there. All right. And there you go. There you have it. Now, there is something you're going to want to do before um, unioning all of this, because uh, it may come to bite you in the ass later, but we're going to need to add some more geometry to the coffee mug. Um, oh shit. Uh, Actually, yes, yes, yes. We do want to make a backup of this. I'm going to snap this to cursor and back that up a bit. There we go. We have that in the right spot. Let's get rid of that. You always want to have a backup of the mesh that you're working on saved. Even if it is in a separate copy folder, I do it within the folder because I know I'm not going to lose much if I fuck this up. But if you do manage to botch the joining, you may want to have a backup handy. Now, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to object and I'm going to go to shade smooth. And then I'm gonna want to go to object. I use shade flat for when I'm working on things, but here is what this looks like shaded smooth. It is a coffee mug with a respectable handle. Um, yeah, this is basically what it looks like before. We're gonna go ahead. Actually, we're gonna go ahead and apply this. So we're gonna keep that. That is how we want it. Now what we can go do is go to Boolean. We go to this modifier here. Go to Union and have that go there. Now you're gonna notice if I show you the funky geometry that will occur. Yeah, that's completely normal. To fix that, we're gonna to minimize the shenanigans going on there. We're gonna go ahead and make some loop cuts. You can go ahead and do this before you have the mesh set up like this. I like to do it after. Um, Again, I'm not formally trained in Blender, but I have worked with it for a very long time. Um, for a few years at least. Oh no, 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 no. I made a rookie mistake there. You're gonna want to select edge loops and bring that down there. That way you can start making geometry using the cutting feature. It's a little bit, you can leave it like this and it'll be fine. I'm pretty sure. In fact, but what we're gonna do is do another periodic mesh backup. There we go. We don't have to worry about that being centered. I can fix that afterwards. We're gonna go ahead and apply this operation here. We're gonna get rid of this cube. And there you are. You have successfully made a coffee mug. Um, of course, there's going to be a follow-up video to this. We're going to go ahead and texture it. I want to take a look at this geometry. As you can see here, we have a lot of cleaning up to do, but we're going to do that in the next video. Thank you all for watching. If you have found this helpful and are looking to really slap together something easy with all quads, that's really what I'm here for. Again, there is some excessive use of geometry here, but that is to be expected because this is Blender, and again, we are gonna actually, you know what? I might show you something cool first before. We're gonna select no. We're gonna have to select all these edge loops manually, and we are going to create a seam. And a seam just tells the program this will actually help in texturing with UV editing. Um, this tells the program where it's gonna, actually, we might not even have to add full quad geometry here. Um, this is all quad geometry though, for the most part. Mark that as a seam. And yeah, there you go. You have a coffee mug. This is pretty simple. It doesn't take that long to do. Honestly, I'm pretty confident that this will help you if you're looking to make props or assets that are free for stuff that's in-house. Say you work at a job where it requires you to do this on a daily basis. These little exercises will really help you grow your skills. And um, if you do run into issues, do feel free to leave a comment down below if you get stuck and aren't sure what to do. Just remember the uh, the edit the edit tab is your friend in this case. And if you ever get stuck, especially because I used it quite a bit here, um, making this very simple coffee mug, we're gonna texture this next video. We might even add a rim to it. Maybe with gold, we might do two separate textures and um, have like two separate, I don't know, two separate UV maps maybe for the texture. Who knows? Anyways, thank you all for watching, and I will see you in the next video.